Hi, I'm Professor David Ford. I'm the Director of the Business Honors Program at the Culverhouse College of Business at the University of Alabama. I'd like to introduce you to Emily Passmore and Kevin Williams, who are here to discuss their project, which was the socioeconomic impact of nonprofits on the communities in West Alabama. They've done this program for 3 years and developed it from scratch. It's a very important program because there's a lot of impact made by nonprofits and they're typically not considered. So please welcome Emily and Kevin.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, Professor Ford said that I'm Emily Passmore and this is Kevin Williams, and today we're going to talk to you about the socioeconomic impact of nonprofits in West Alabama. And so to really give you a preface about this study, as Professor Ford said, that this has been a 3-year process of this study, and we really just wanted to help the communities and give a logical and cohesive report detailing the actual economic impact of nonprofits in West Alabama. And so for West Alabama, that's going to be Tuscaloosa and the 7 surrounding counties. And so we just really wanted to show the benefit that these nonprofits have. So to start off with our revolutionary idea is the money that we give to nonprofits in our community has a more tangible benefit than we realize. And so kind of what that means, you may not know what that means at the beginning, and that's okay. Most people, when they think of nonprofits, think of the social benefit that they give, but there's really a much more pronoun benefit that these nonprofits give. And so we're going to discuss that today, and hopefully by the end, you'll understand what this statement means. To start off with, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Emily Passmore once again. I'm from Hoover, Alabama, and I wanted to be involved in this project because from a young age, my parents told me that I should always give more than what I get. And if I'm able to, I should help out other people in my community. And so they taught me to be kind and to be courageous and to really work towards an impact that I think everybody could be happy with.
And I am Kevin Williams. I'm a junior here at the university majoring in finance and math. And I'm from Clanton, Alabama. And I joined the Business Honors Program last semester, and we always have to choose a project for the year. And I saw that there was a nonprofit project happening, and I was always exposed to nonprofits growing up. My mom has been an employee for the American Cancer Society for 20 years, and my sister is a type 1 diabetic. And so I was always exposed to fundraising and helping the ACS and the JDRF with that.
And to kind of start off with, we kind of need to know why this report was kind of created in the first place. So a lot of nonprofits experience a problem called lumpy funding. That just means inconsistent funding. So that started becoming an issue most recently, especially when a lot of grant writers, government organizations, and people who donate large sums of money really want to see the actual impact that these nonprofits have, so that way they feel like their money isn't going to waste. And so the Nonprofit Council of West Alabama, who is a part of the Chamber of Commerce, decided to come up to the Business Honors Program and task them with creating a report that basically details the economic impact that these nonprofits have. And so that's what we have for you today. So the 7 organizations that partnered with us is Community Service Programs of West Alabama, Good Samaritan Clinic, Temporary Emergency Services, Tuscaloosa Housing Authority, 5 Horizons, West Alabama Regional Commission, Whatley, and Pride. Pride is an exception, of course, because they participated more in the socio side of the study rather than the economic side. So kind of going into how we did this. So we divided and really looked at 3 major components in the impact that they have, which is the direct impact, the indirect impact, and the induced impact they have. So to start off with the method in the first year, we took the financial reports that these nonprofits have, calculated and took the numbers that they actually give to the community and the volunteer hours that they give to the communities, quantified that, and basically we got this number that basically said this is how much they directly contribute. However, indirect and induced impact are a little harder to calculate, especially by hand. So we had to get a program called IMPLAN that was started by the U.S. Forestry Services to see what their consequences were in their area from their actions.
So now I'm just going to break down the 3 components a little bit further. Starting with direct, this is what you think of most of the time when you think of where your money goes when you donate. It is also the value of donated goods and services and volunteered hours. The indirect This is the money in the form of income taxes paid to local economies and federally, and also like when one of the nonprofits builds a building, and then that building is therefore in the community for years to come. That is part of the indirect impact. Induced is more long-term, and this is when the money that people are given, like workers of the nonprofits, their wages, when they therefore use that money in the economy, and then that money is circulating throughout the economy for the next couple of years. So as you can see, the direct impact totaled to almost $70 million, the indirect impact was almost $17 million, and the induced was 18.2, for a total impact of $103 million in the year 2015. But keep in mind that this is only the impact calculated from the 7 participating nonprofits. There are actually 796 nonprofit organizations in the West Alabama area, so we estimate that their benefit reaches the billions each year. And then to the right, you can see that the direct impact is the most, while induced and indirect almost have the same distribution.
And so we can't really forget where these nonprofits come from. You can calculate the direct, indirect, and induced impact of for-profit businesses, but nonprofits are special because they help people in ways that for-profit businesses cannot. So if the actual benefit that they give to people in our area and in our community, it's so much more than the monetary benefit that we can quantify. So if you're a mother who has a child who has speech delays, you can go to community service programs of West Alabama and go to the early intervention Head Start program. So that way you can have ease of mind that your child is actually going to be properly educated and not have speech delays in the future, and actually get that speech therapy that you may not otherwise be able to afford. Or you could be like Stephen Long, who ended up being really sick after he had to take time off of work and really devote himself to taking care of his bedridden mother. He ended up having shooting up pain in his leg, and he went to Good Samaritan Clinic because he couldn't afford to get a doctor, and they discovered that he had high blood pressure and diabetes. So with the help of Good Samaritan Clinic, he was able to receive the education to get his blood pressure down, his A1C count down, and his blood sugar down. So that way he didn't have to spend thousands of dollars on medical bills in the future. So really, we can't forget that these nonprofits mean something to the community that they serve, rather than just the economic benefit that they bring to the table. And so really with this impact of the study, we figured it could be more impactful than for problems that actually affect Alabama, because that's what these nonprofits are looking to do, is solve problems within Alabama and West Alabama. For example, nonprofits can help with the current opioid crisis. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about this. You may not know some statistics. I'll show some to you. Alabama is the #1 prescriber of opioids in America. There's 142 opiates prescribed to per 100 people. And opiates are very addictive, and they can be harmful to people. As we can see over the last 16 years, from 1999 to 2015, opioid-related deaths have risen. Nonprofits can help solve this issue with drug intervention, drug education, and organizations like Pride need that money to help curtail issues like this. So if anything, we could help solve other issues that impact our state with the help with nonprofits.
Also, the economic benefit is not the only component that nonprofits benefit their community from. There's also the social return on investment, which we have not calculated yet. That is the benefit that a citizen of the community receives when they may have gone hungry for a night, but instead one of these organizations gives them a meal, or they may have gone without shelter, and one of these organizations gives them a blanket. So in the future, we could figure out that the nonprofits therefore benefit even further than what we've already seen. So with that being said, once again, our revolutionary idea is that the money we give to nonprofits in our community has more of a tangible impact than we realize. Not only does the money go directly to people who need it immediately, but then the wages from the induced impact are in the local economy for the next couple of years. So whenever you give money, your money is not lost. It's in your community, and it doesn't help only the people around you, but it helps you as well.
And I hope that you guys leave here today taking away one thing, is to donate to your local nonprofit and maybe giving some hours to help volunteer and help them in their goals. Thank you.